The story begins with the introduction of our main character, Lu Cheng, who identifies himself as an unlucky transmigrator. He recalls that 18 years ago, he arrived on a continent where immortality was cultivated. Initially, he thought the path ahead was bright, but fate had other plans as he found himself doomed to be struck by lightning. This life was not what he desired. However, with the activation of the system, Lu Cheng realizes that disasters count as experience points for him, and he sees himself as a sword slashing through the world of cultivation. He acknowledges the importance of not relying solely on cultivation but on overcoming disasters. Despite facing numerous calamities, Lu Cheng is determined to prove himself on the path and challenge even immortals. He reflects on his inauspicious nature, attributing it to a previous life where the driver died in a car accident and his parents perished upon his transmigration. Despite being considered a jinx by others, he feels the burden of being protected by his sect brothers during combat. Finally, it's his turn to take action, but before he can, he is struck by a large thunderbolt, leading to a system alert indicating a dead end has been triggered. He stated that he was finally back. Lu Cheng mentioned, "The trial this time," he remarked, "was indeed a close call." He expressed gratitude to senior brother Lu for the outcome. Lu Cheng called out for junior sister Fang and inquired about the reason for her presence. She replied that she missed him. Lu Cheng then asked about the whereabouts of his master, to which she responded by jumping away and stating that the sect master was waiting for him in the Wandian Great Hall. She also mentioned that her master was there too and introduced herself as Lu Cheng. Reflecting on his situation, Lu Cheng thought to himself that he was an unlucky transmigrator who became inconspicuous after dying and coming to the floating continent. He recalled becoming an orphan at the age of 12. However, this year, he was recruited as a disciple by the sect leader of Wandian sect and began his cultivation towards immortality there, aiming to grasp his destiny and protect those around him by becoming strong. He greeted the master and elders, expressing gratitude for their acknowledgement of his leadership during the recent team endeavor. Zhou Linyang, the leader of Wandian sect, commended Lu Cheng's progress, attributing it to the careful teachings received. He noted Lu Cheng's achievement of reaching the 7th stage of refinement at the age of 18, acknowledging him as a genius of his generation on the floating continent, though recognizing a gap compared to Fang Shou'er and Qingyu. Murong Kui, an elder of Wandian sect, sighed as he observed the situation. Lu Cheng thought her name is Xiao Qingyu. She is the top genius of the sect. She is also my rival. Xiao Qingyu, 19 years old, 9th stage of refinement. Very good. Lu Cheng's physique is special and his talent is unique. Don't disappoint my expectations. Yes, although I don't know what's special about me now that Lu Cheng has returned safely, I can settle my affairs. When they heard that, they were shocked. Could it be? Master, are you? I'm going to ascend after passing the calamity. When a cultivator's cultivation reaches perfection of the Mahayana phase, they can summon a heavenly tribulation. If they succeed, they can ascend and become an immortal. But, it's said that the floating continent has not had any heavenly tribulations for 3,000 years because of a change of heaven's will. I wonder how confident Master is. Don't worry, I am confident. You all know what my power is, the ancient immortal technique, Deceiving Day. With Deceiving Day, Master may really be able to summon a heavenly tribulation. I will become the first to ascend to immortality in the floating continent in 3,000 years. Wantian sect, and even the floating continent, will also usher in a new prosperous age. Lu Cheng, come see me tomorrow morning. And then I caught that object. The sect leader's token. Is the sect leader going to pass the mantle to senior brother Lu? Yes, dismissed. Senior brother Lu, have you heard the saying about how that one person was enlightened and all his chickens ascended with him? Once senior brother has become successful, don't forget about Shou'er. Senior sister Xiao, brother Lu, congratulations on breaking through to the 7th stage of refinement. But that's not enough. If one's not worthy of their position, there will be disaster. Good luck. We're all on the refinement phase. Why is she acting all arrogant? Senior brother, just ignore her. Xiao Qingyu was right. 7th stage of refinement. I still have a long way to go. The path of cultivation is not easy. There are 6 major phases in cultivation, with 9 stages each. Refinement, Foundation, Golden Core, Nascent, Soul, Fusion, Mahayana. Every breakthrough requires long-term hard training and precious opportunities. Countless have given up in defeat along the way, although I don't know what my talent is. But for me to get Master's attention is an opportunity. I have to grab onto it. The next day, I will be passing the calamity shortly. Observe from the side. This relates to a secret of the sect, as well as your unique physique. Yes. Heaven and earth is the origin. Everything comes from the same source. And there was a crackle sound. We shall train our way through millions of trials, to prove our powerful and sacred connection. Within and out of the 3 realms of heaven, earth and humanity, the path alone is supremely revered. It's the technique of Deceiving Day. Its body has a golden radiance, covering and shining on my form. And thunder was starting to fall from the sky, looking without seeing, listening without hearing. It encompasses heaven and earth, nurturing all life. Chant and uphold it 10,000 times, the body has a bright radiance. Chant and uphold it 10,000 times, the body has a bright radiance. The 3 realms are served and defended, the 5 sovereigns of directions are in charge and welcoming. 10,000 spirits prostrate and hold a ceremony, employing the service of the thunderclap. Draw hither. Thunder was raining down on me and I was trying to dodge it. Master, the heavenly tribulation is about to fall on me. Master, and he caused a magical spell on me. Body trap spell. A large thunderbolt struck me down and I was screaming like hell. Are you puzzled? I was at my knees and thudding my fist. Why I didn't save you? Why the heavenly tribulation is targeting you? Because the person WHO summoned the heavenly tribulation. Sweat was dripping down from my face like a river and I said, it's you. The one who summoned the heavenly tribulation was me, Lu Cheng. You have the only disaster-attracting constitution in the floating continent in 3,000 years. Such a constitution has only been recorded in the secret scrolls of Wantian sect. You originally possessed a 1,000 disaster body. I flipped through numerous secret scrolls and ancient records, and went through painstaking efforts to cultivate you. Cultivate. I thought, could it be I was the one WHO made the drought in your village worse using my deceiving day technique? Oh, it started from the year before your parents died. With a weak voice I said, Father, Mother. The challenges you faced in the trials were sometimes due to your physique, and other times it was necessary for me to send you a gift. Soit was all you. He was laughing and said those peasants made up for their worth by dying. Thanks to their sacrifice in blood, you finally rose to having a body of great calamity. It's impossible to summon cataclysms from the immortal realm upon floating continent, but you, my dear disciple, really lived up to my expectations. And the sky started rumbling again. Even in this land lacking in immortals, lightning strikes cannot be avoided. Damn it. Zhou Linyang, UBSTARD. He was laughing like a villain and said, my good disciple, don't be ungrateful now. Do you know why you weren't struck dead by the heavenly tribulation? It's because I protected you. And the sect token flew out of my pocket and I was shocked. I thought, damn, this token was infused with the power of deceiving sky technique. Deceiving sky. And a bright light came from the sky. And he was laughing like a super villain. Zhou Linyang. Don't even think about it. I took the knife and tried to kill myself. You evil disciple, don't you dare destroy my plans. But the knife was broken in the middle of its way, and I was shocked. Then a bright thunder struck me and there was a loud explosion. Cultivation for countless years, all just for today. From now on, I, Zhou Linyang, will be free from the secular world. Ascending to heaven and treading the road to immortality. The universe is mine, farewell. Inferior world, he started to laugh again. The sect leader has ascended. So that's the truth, huh? I was wrong. I trusted the wrong people. All my hopes have been dashed. I failed to protect them because I am the disaster and sinner. The system bar was crackling before me. System alert. You have triggered a dead end. Hey, really a dead end? Huh. This is already my second death. In the past life and this life, becoming stronger, protecting, getting revenge. I am going to die again. Without accomplishing anything. But why? Why should I be the one dying? Why is Zhou Linyang the one becoming an immortal? Why? No one should ever have to bear their original sin. All of this is just because I'm weak. Ding. System activated successfully. And I was shocked. I am still alive. The wounds on my body have also disappeared. My cultivation seems to have risen a little too. So this is the golden finger system that's necessary in these 18 years. So many disasters. Even making me die once more. It really wasn't easy to come by. And I pressed the confirm button. System panel. Name. Lu Cheng. Cultivation. 8th stage of refinement. Disaster points. 0. Physique. The body of great calamity. Cultivation technique. The Sutra of Death defying great calamity. Beginner. System alert. You have passed the dead end. Beginner reward. System alert. Congratulations on activating the system. You've received a starter pack. Open. System alert. You have accepted the mission. Daily disaster. Failure to complete will result in penalization. Remaining time of mission. 5. Daily disaster. Penalty. What are those? But, compared to this, and suddenly a pack of wolves surrounded me. Demonic beasts on the peak of refinement. This number, with my current strength, I still can't beat them. The only way is to open the starter pack. This should be the way. System alert. Congratulations on obtaining the technique, the Sutra of Death defying great calamity. And they all tried to attack me and my body was glowing from energy. They attacked me. I said good timing. I used my sword and one by one I attacked them all and killed them. This is the power of heavenly tribulation. And I landed swiftly with majestic power all around me. The wolf were growling towards me. Energy was coming from my sword and I said scared. And they again tried to attack me, but with my sword I killed them all. I didn't expect that the infusion of the heavenly tribulation power from less than The Sutra of Death defying great calamity could drastically enhance my speed and strength. System panel disaster points. 7. After killing these demonic beasts, the disaster points went up by 7. I wonder what the disaster points can be used for. And this daily disaster, should I summon it? There's no time to think about it. And I tapped on the summon dot. The sky was rumbling again. I didn't expect the system to be such a damn trap. Fortunately, the power of the so-called daily disaster is barely on the level of foundation stage attacks. System panel disaster points. 12. It seems that the daily disaster is once a day. After passing the daily disaster, my disaster points increased by 5. I added some states points on the 8th stage of refinement and 8 points were needed to break through. Clenched my fist and struck a blow on the wall and a shiny round object came from the wall. I've indeed grown stronger. As expected of the legendary system. It's time to go back to Wantian sect. Due to Zhou Linyang's strength, the Wantian sect has been the first among the 8 major sects for 1,000 years. They have accumulated a fair amount of cultivation resources. Cultivation techniques, medicinal pills, weapons, spirit stones, are all resources that I need urgently, not as a disciple of the sect's leader. Those elders WHO covet power won't let me be the successor that easily, and shall QINGYOU. However, with the system, my potential is no longer the same. Moreover, record of the body of Great Calamity are all in the secret scrolls of Wantian sect. I will not give up. Zhou Linyang. I will definitely kill you. I threw a knife towards the entrance of the cave and said, "Who's there?" And she was frightened. Junior sister Fang. She said, "Senior brother Lu. How did you discover me?" I said, "Junior sister Fang, why are you here?" She said, "I was worried about you." And she further said, "Yesterday, the sect leader passed the tribulation and ascended, and you disappeared too. I thought you were also struck by the heavenly tribulation." I thought actually you guessed it right. She said, "Senior brother, what's wrong? Are you in a bad mood?" I thought it seems that my emotions are still too obvious. I said, "It's nothing. Master. Ascended. I'm just reluctant to part with him." She was smiling and she said, "Let my master take care of you from now on." I thought your master, Marong Kui and Zhou Linyang are on bad terms. I'd be thanking him if he doesn't come to take revenge on me. Wait. Murong Kui is a cultivator WHO specializes in mental power. For Fang Shower to come to look for me, I asked, "Alright, let's go back." 3 days later. He said, "Marshal nephew Lu, were you observing when the sect leader ascended at the summit?" "Yes." And he asked sect leader Linyang, "Did he ascend successfully?" I said, "Yes." Yuan. Zhonghai. Wantian sect's elder. 3rd stage of fusion. He said the sect leader actually summoned the heavenly tribulation. Xiaofengming Wantian sect's elder 1st stage of fusion. For 3,000 years, he's the only cultivator WHO has been able to summon the heavenly tribulation. He just ascended and left. Does he still remember he's the leader of Wantian sect? Marshal nephew Lu, did senior brother Zhou give you anything regarding the sect's secret techniques of summoning the heavenly tribulation? I thought the technique was to use me. Once the secret of the body of Great Calamity is revealed, I will definitely become a tool for passing calamities for the powerful people in the Mahayana phase. The system did not give me a second chance of revival. I said no. If there was any technique that could be passed down, Master would have surely left it for the sect. Sigh. Could it be that our floating continent has no fate with the immortal realm? Let's stop talking about him. Now that Linyang has ascended and become an immortal, he is far away. We should consider the selection of the new sect leader. Yes. As soon as senior brother Zhou ascended, the strength of our Wantian sect dropped by almost half. There must be a successor WHO is talented enough to keep the reputation of the sect as the top of the 8 major sects. I was listening attentively. Wantian sect is at the head of floating continent's 8 major sects. But a century ago, sect leader Zhou Linyang led the elites of Wantian sect to explore the traces of immortals. There were heavy casualties, leading to the dwindling of talent in the sect. The strength of the older generation was inferior to Zhou Linyang, pinnacle sect leader, fusion elders, refinement mundane disciples. Once Zhou Linyang ascended, the Wantian sect will enter a state of emptiness. It will not be worthy of the title of the head of the 8 major sects. But the moment when Zhou Linyang decided to ascend after reaching the 9th stage of the fusion phase, he has already set the rules. Let the Council of Elders hold the authority first. Have the 3 direct disciples that are experts on the fusion phase be the candidates for succession. Gather and pour resources. Until the strongest among them matures. Only then will they officially claim the sect leader position. He said, Marshal nephew Lu Cheng. You entered the sect at the age of 12 and had a late start. Although perfected Taoist Linyang deeply valued your talent and considered you as one of the candidates for succession. At present, Qingyu is 19 and on the 9th stage of refinement. Shower is 17 and on the 7th stage. Both of their talent far exceeds yours. Hehe, I know that my strength is inferior, but do you have to deprive me of my own rights this way? Since that's the case, in my opinion, Lu Cheng, with your current strength, it is not suitable for you to continue having your status as a candidate. He said, wait. I have long heard that you are famous for your strong sense of perception, but haven't you noticed yet? She was confused, and a bright light came from me and I was immunity from energy. They were shocked this is you have broken through to foundation, and they were saying one by one what? Foundation. Impossible. He's only 18 years old. This aura is indeed Senior Brother Lu Foundation. 3 days ago, he was still at the 6th stage of refinement. How is this possible? No wonder Senior Brother could discover me in the cave. I used the power of the lightning calamity to awaken my innate physique. Just yesterday, I achieved the foundation phase. Thanks to the points from daily disaster. 3 days. How is that possible? The refinement period is the most time-consuming phase. All the minor phases take a year or two to break through. Just what is his physique? Martial nephew Lu Cheng shows his potential. The younger disciples are all excited. This is a sign of prosperity for our Wantian sect. And he was clapping his hands. That only means he caught up to Qingyu. And she shouted, I will soon reach foundation as well. Ahem. If that's the case, then you three will be the candidates for succession. No need. Before Master's ascension, he appointed me personally. I walked towards the sect leader's chair and I stopped walking and said, I, Lu Cheng, I'm now the new sect leader of Wantian sect. And he showed his token. She shouted, what? And she, that is impossible. The sect leader token is in his hand, could that be fake? He told, but even if he has reached the foundation phase, it is just equivalent to the strength of a deacon disciple. Exactly. How could he be worthy of the sect leader's responsibility? She told, why would sect leader Linyang pass the position directly to you? That's ridiculous. He answered, I'm the sect leader's direct disciple. What's not possible about succeeding Master's position? Besides, if the position isn't passed to me, is it to be passed on to you? She said, don't speak nonsense. I absolutely have no such intention. He asked, you know yourself well at least. The senior brother over there, do you think I'm not worthy to be the sect leader? So what? Let me ask you, between a cultivator WHO has been stuck on the fusion phase for close to a century, and a young cultivator WHO has just entered the foundation phase, who's more likely to ascend? The Wantian sect originally selected young disciples as candidates to hide the strength of the sect. After the sect leader ascended, the successor turns out to be a person whose cultivation base and potential are not as good as the previous sect leader. What will the other sects think? It's a mixture of truth and falsehood. The reason why Wantian sect selects young disciples as candidates is to dictate the sect's strength. Now, with the help of my master, I have awakened my talent and have surpassed the other two candidates. It's just a matter of time for Master to appoint me as the next successor, though it came earlier than expected is all. Elders, do you mean to go against Master's will? He thinks this kid is really cunning. He speaks of the elders, but he's only looking at me. From what you say, what the sect leader did is indeed reasonable. She shouted, please wait. You said it well, but it's all based on the premise that your talent far exceeds the two of us. You took advantage of the opportunity when the sect leader ascended to reach foundation before me, but this does not mean that you are stronger than me. Lu Cheng, do you dare to take on my challenge? And pointed the sword towards me. Well said, Qingyu. That's how it shall be. He said, one move. She was confused. What? He told, if I can't beat you with one move, I will let you have the position of sect leader. Fine, you asked for it. That's a weapon of spirit rank, the Qingsha sword. With a spirit rank weapon that I personally refined, Qingyu will win for sure. This kid Lu Cheng has made breakthroughs in succession. His base is unstable, so he may not be stronger than Xiao Qingyou. His weapon is also inferior. Looks like he won't stand a chance. This works as well. First suppress Lu Cheng and stabilize the balance between all three sides, then slowly proceed. She shouted my name, started to charge her attack. Lu Cheng, take this. Attack towards me, and there was a big explosion. Is Lu Cheng alright? How could he be okay? That's a spirit rank weapon. When the smoke dissipated, he was unhelmed. That's it. She was shocked. Too weak. Her attack was stopped by his only one. How could that be? That was really too weak, not even comparable to the strength of the daily disaster. In the 3 days since the system was activated, the intensity of the daily disaster has increased every day. I must get the sect leader position. I must have enough resources, so that I can become stronger. So that I won't be controlled by others. So that I can kill Zhou Linyang. He directed his energy into the sword and she flew away. Senior Sister Xiao, apologies. And he started to charge you his attack, the Sutra of Death defying Great Calamity. She shouted with anger, stop right there. He hit her in the stomach and blood was coming from her mouth. She was thrown away and was caught by her master. He told them he won. Of the 3 candidates, Xiao Qingyu has already lost to me. Junior Sister Fang, do you wish to have a go too? I don't. And the old man was thinking, this kid is unbelievable. I just told you to stop, didn't you hear? I heard it, so what? You have only just reached foundation. How dare you be so arrogant? Today I will teach you a lesson on behalf of senior brother Linyang. And she started to charge her attack. I was waiting for you. Today I will teach you a lesson on behalf of senior brother Linyang. And a large blue powerful demonic hand was coming to attack me. Bring it on. I started to charge my own attack and both attacks clashed between each other and a large explosion was made. That old woman is dealing such a heavy blow. I fear that kid will When he saw the scene before him he was shocked. How is that possible? Elder Xiao, just you alone's no match for me, a mere foundation stage 1 like you dare to provoke someone on fusion. You really have chosen the hard way. The disciples were puzzled and they were saying, what is happening? The Great Sect Protection Array. IT has been activated. Why do you have the ability to open the Great Sect Protection Array? It's the sect leader's token. With the use of token he used, the seal and chains came out of it and sealed the old lady. The kid actually had such a trick up his sleeve. How long do you think you can trap me? With your cultivation base, you probably can't hold on anymore. When your mana is overdrawn, let's see what other tricks you have. You guessed right. But since Master has passed the position of sect leader to me, how can I not have my ways? Flows. You all should be able to feel that a seal has been placed on the token. No one can activate this sect leader's token except for me. Therefore, Elder Xiao, don't make this into a life and death struggle. If I'm forced to use the mana stored within the Great Sect Protection Array, you might not die, but you won't have it good either. Moreover, the 1,000 years of Wantian sect's history will go down with me. Lunatic. This guy is a lunatic. Cough. Elder Xiao, since senior brother Zhou has made this arrangement, let's give Lu Cheng a chance. Furthermore, without Lu Cheng controlling the token, the sect's great core array, the treasury, secret grounds will all be unusable. You know what that means. She was speechless and lowered her head. Why is it like this? Martial nephew Lu, as expected of an immediate disciple of Linyang, you have the same boldness as your master used to have. Today, the 3 elders were at fault to begin with. We can temporarily acknowledge your status as sect leader for now. But if you are unable to live up to it in the future, as elders on the fusion phase, we will not be convinced by arrays. First Elder Marong Kui. Now, he is forced into submission by the power of the Great Array, but he will never acknowledge me like this. He is harder to deal with than Xiao Fengning. Fortunately, when Zhou Linyang used the token to cast Deceiving Day while passing the Calamity, it resulted in a small portion of the Heavenly Tribulation's power to remain within the token, which can only be activated by the Sutra of Death defying Great Calamity. I was able to do this by pure luck. What a pity. At the end of the day, this isn't my power. Temporarily suppressing Xiao Fengning is already pushing my limit. The remainder is just all talk and putting on a show. Looking on your past contributions, I will spare your life for now. WHO still has objections. He said hail the sect leader. And all of them started to say hail the sect leader. From today onwards, I, Lu Cheng, am Wantian sect's leader. Fang Shouer, Xiao Qing Yu, you two will be my guardians. And they agreed. In the 36 affiliated sects. Here, I will build the foundations to ascend. Ding. Congratulations, you have reached the foundation phase, and the Celestial Stone Mall has been opened. It's time to try the system's new feature. Wantian Sect. In the Bamboo Peak, there was a Heavenly Tribulation. Alloy Creator was created by the Heavenly Tribulation and our main character was standing there. I passed another disaster. It seems that the system is integrated within the scar on my forehead. Every time the power of the system is used, there is a mysterious power circulating here. I really wonder where the system came from. The intensity of the daily disasters keep increasing. But I still only obtained 5 disaster points. After reaching foundation phase, the points required for the next phase increased tenfold. If I don't use other means to quickly become stronger, my growth rate will not be able to keep up with the daily disaster, and I will be struck dead soon. System, open the mall. In the floating continent, the resources required for cultivation are categorized into heaven, earth, spirit, and common ranks. Techniques. Treasures, consumables. Each rank is also divided into the high, intermediate and low grades. The lowest rank items sold by the system are all earth rank, where even those on the golden core phase would covet. Not to mention, there are these kinds of priceless treasures. Chaotic Banner, intermediate heaven rank weapon, 500 celestial stones buy. 108 transformations of heavenly spirits and early demons, high heavenly rank technique, 700 celestial stones buy. The compliant golden hooped rod, low heavenly rank technique. The currency used in the store is celestial stone. I have never heard of it in reality, so I can only obtain it from the system's missions. System missions. 1. Breakthrough to the golden core phase. Reward, celestial stones plus 50. 2. Devour disaster points of ancient magic items. Reward, disaster points plus N, celestial stones plus N. 3. Survive alien catastrophe. Reward, unknown, breaking through to golden core. There's still a long way to go from my current phase, and I don't even have a clue on the alien catastrophe, although I don't know what the ancient magic items are. With the support of Wantian Sect, there should be a chance to complete it. Senior brother Lu. You've finished training Tilda. Thank you both for guarding me. You just want to take me as hostage to blackmail grandma. So what? She shouted at me. You. A guardian of Wantian Sect's leader is already a high-ranking position. Before Master's ascension, senior sister Xiao told me if one's not worthy of their position, there will be disaster. I will always remember those words. Don't worry, I won't make things difficult for the two of you. I still have something to attend to, you may go back. She was speechless. For what purpose has the sect leader come to me? I should be asking Elder Yuan this instead. I would also like to thank you for helping me. He told me, Lu Cheng. Let's speak clearly, I really admire your methods. You know, sect leader Zhou and I have known each other for centuries. The seal on the token was not placed by him. I replied, so he said at that time. Due to the situation, I was forced to help you to save the sect, but WHO knows if you have hidden evil intentions. Unless you give a reasonable explanation. The power within all this is the power of the heavenly tribulation. The power of the heavenly tribulation. How is that possible? If it wasn't like this, how could Master have chosen me? I will only tell this to Elder Yuan. I was born with a body of thunder spirit, hence I have an affinity with thunder calamities. As long as I reach the fusion phase, I may be able to repeat what Master did, and summon the heavenly tribulation. He shouted, what? Summon the heavenly tribulation? Is that true? He thinks that of course not. I will never use my life to help others ascend. However, it is quite convenient to earn the trust of others by divulging a little. Yuan Zhonghai always looks like a nice old man, but as a great cultivator in the fusion stage, how could he not have any interest? Murong Kui and Xiao Fengming both have successors, leaving Yuan Zhonghai weak. He knew that I was lying, yet he was willing to help me into the position, hoping to benefit from it since Elder Yuan wishes us to speak clearly. Then I will get to the point. Of the fusion elders of my Wandian sect, Murong Kui is too ambitious while Xiao Fengming has short foresight. Only Elder Yuan has the character befitting this generation of cultivators. As long as Elder Yuan faithfully assists me, I will definitely help you overcome the calamity and ascend once I succeed in my own training. Judging from his expression, it doesn't look like he's lying. Thinking about it, it has a lot of credibility. Fine, I'll take a gamble for now. What does the sect leader want me to do? I want you to help me with cultivating. Is this the sect's secret vault? It's my first time here. In the Wandian sect's secret vault, the treasures aren't kept here but in another dimension. They can only be obtained through an array. There's a seal on every object, but with the sect leader's token, you should be able to retrieve them freely. However, sect leader Lu, although the token's authority is great, you need to choose carefully. Thank you for the reminder. And I started to choose. Indeed, I do need to choose. He shouted, come out, and many kinds of items came out. To increase my cultivation, using pills is surely the fastest way. However, there is a limit with use of pills, otherwise the foundation will become unstable and it will not be possible to break through to the next phase. Besides the deceiving day technique having special significance, the rest aren't as good as the ones from the system to increase speed of completion. It's a pity that deceiving day technique is not here, but is in the Forbidden Ruins. There is no chance to get it yet. System alert. Ding. Ancient magic item detected. Cloud vapor fragment. Do you wish to consume the disaster points? There really was something. System prompt. Discovered cloud vapor fragment. After absorption, disaster points +27, celestial stone +1. Absorb. Yes. Or no, I said absorb. And the absorption started. System alert. You have absorbed a cloud vapor fragment. Obtained. Disaster points +27, celestial stone +1. One fragment actually has 27 disaster points. It's more than what I get from 5 daily disasters. In this case, 405 fragments will be able to help me rise one minor stage. And I throw it away. It seems that the ancient magic items quest is indeed the best choice for me to improve my strength at present. With how Murong Kui is, he will definitely not let me continue to cultivate in peace. I should quickly devour all the ancient magic items in the sect first. XUANSHUI Gate 2 disciples were petroleum the place. Senior brother, people have again died inexplicably in our sect recently. Wouldn't it be unsafe for us to come out so late? Tisk, you are also a cultivator in the refinement phase. Why are you so timid? If the murderer dares to come out tonight, that's fine. Consider him unlucky. Encountering me on patrol, I won't let him leave alive. And one of the disciples' head was blown away. He was talking and suddenly he turned around and also his head was blown away too. Sect leader, please come out of seclusion. I have something to report. He said. Elder Yuan, Foundation, second stage. In only 3 days, he actually already reached Foundation second stage. Even if he used pills, being able to rise in cultivation without being exhausted shows he has a firm base. It seems I made the right gamble. Elder Yuan, what happened for you to come to me in person? There is a matter I'm afraid will need the sect leader to personally resolve. Oh. XUANSHUI Gate, one of our affiliated sects, intends to break away from US, defecting towards Styx River sect instead. Where did this news come from? From the investigation hall. At first, it was because they heard of several tragic cases of sudden deaths of disciples occurring in Xuanshui Gate. The investigation hall suspected the people of Styx River sect were playing tricks. They wanted to investigate, but Xuanshui Gate made excuses and refused to cooperate. Styx River Sect is one of the 8 major sects in the floating continent, specializing in dark spells. They have never been on good terms with the Wantian Sect, Jinjian Sect, Wantian Sect, Styx River Sect, Taihao Sect, Qingyan Sect. If the murderer secretly infiltrated, Xuanshui Gate should have no reason to refuse our help. Therefore, we suspect Xuanshui Gate and Styx River Sect may already be colluding. When did Xuanshui Gate become an affiliation with our sect? That artifact refined from a cloud vapor fragment was given by Xuanshui Gate. Xuanshui Gate has been affiliated with US for 300 years. They have always been loyal, but after sect leader Zhou ascended, they heard that a junior like me became the sect leader, so are worried about the decline of Wantian Sect. The strength of Xuanshui Sect is second to none among the affiliated sects. Sect leader Song Yuan is a cultivator on the 8th stage of Nascent Soul. Although he is far inferior to US, after sect leader Zhou ascended, our strength has already declined a lot. Once the other 7 sects add fuel to the flames, sowing discord with the affiliated sects, our position as the head of the 8 major sects will probably be difficult to keep. The elders discussed this matter and felt that if the sect leader could visit Xuanshui Gate in person and divulge some of your talent, proving the future of the Wantian Sect, I believe that sect leader Song will understand. Even if Xuanshui Gate had no intentions of rebelling, Murong Kui would find an excuse to interrupt my cultivation. But, Xuanshui Gate. Then we shouldn't delay, let's set out now. Xuanshui Gate. Xuanshui Gate's leader Song Yuan. 8th stage of Nascent Soul. Rumors say the new Wantian Sect leader will visit Xuanshui Sect personally. I wonder what kind of person he is. I heard that he is only 18 years old, and is a handsome guy. He's here. In the sky there was a dragon. On the dragon a courtyard was situated, and the disciples were shouting gods. That's a hornless torch dragon, comparable with a spirit beast of 3rd rank on Golden Core phase. As expected of Wantian Sect, a 3rd-ranked spirit beast is a mount. What a luxury. Wantian Sect. This person is the Hall Master of Wantian Sect's Ritual Hall. A cultivator on the 9th stage of Nascent Soul. His cultivation is only slight ahead of me, but I am by no means an opponent in terms of combat power. The 2 female guardians are also amazingly talented girls, so then this young man must be Wantian Sect's new sect leader. Lu Cheng, Xuanshui Gate. Reception Hall. Sect leader Lu Shi is a prodigy. Reaching foundation phase at age 18, it's really like your former master Zhou. Yes, and he was laughing. Perfected Taoist Zhou has a talented successor. Xuanshui Gate's deputy leader Hongya 6th stage of Nascent Soul. Sect leader Lu, this is the dark water nectar that my Xuanshui Gate has treasured for 3 centuries. It can enhance vitality. I toast this cup to Sect Master Lu. On the surface, Xuanshui Gate is polite enough, never getting down to business. The visit to Xuanshui Gate this time is to show peace, and also express to the other affiliated sects, we won't use our superiority to pressure others. Thank you. That's why Yuan Zhonghai only assigned you to protect me. I will still need to handle things on my own. How can I make them lower their guard? And suddenly someone shouted father. When I heard that I spit out my drink. Father, it's bad. Something has happened to another disciple. Son of Song Yuan Song Tianlin. 4th stage of refinement. This is your son. Damn brat. Sect leader Lu has come to visit US today. You still dare to interrupt US? Zhang He, quickly escort your junior brother back. Song Yuan's disciple Zhang He junior brother, let's go. But, he said wait, I came here not to be some distinguished guest. Wouldn't it be a sin if the important affairs of your sect were delayed because we're making merry here? Let him finish talking. Since Xuanshui Gate is affiliated with my Wantian Sect, how can I just sit back and ignore it when something's happened to your sect? He asked father. Speak. Yes, just now, another outer disciple died suddenly and inexplicably. Oh. Another disciple died. Sect leader Song, what's going on? It's a small matter. Sect leader Lu is a busy man, so you don't need to pay it any attention. A small matter. Do you think it is a trivial matter that the lives of your disciples are in danger? I didn't mean that. Enough. Sect leader Song, I don't need to listen to your explanation. I just need to see the truth with my own eyes. And he was blazing. He was silent and took a sigh. As you wish. Sect leader Lu, this is the place. Yes, Sect leader Lu, the corpse is still inside. And the body is where lies down decimated and brutally killed. And they both look into each other's eyes. She said senior brother Lu and I examined the bodies. Is this what you meant by inexplicable, sudden death? With the body in pieces like this, it's apparent that someone cut him up. It wasn't like that when I saw it just now. I had you two guard the door. Did you see anyone enter the room? And they both denied. Junior brother, they are only on the refinement phase. The murderer can easily sneak in without being discovered. Alas, it's all my fault. Sect leader Lu, perfected Taoist he, did you find anything? The corpse was severely damaged. I can't determine the cause of death either. It seems to be intentional. What should be done now? Sect leader Song need not worry. If my guess is right, the culprit will take action tonight. Lu Cheng says we'll take action tonight. Could it be he saw something? Impossible. He is just a fledgling on the second stage of Foundation. How could he possibly know our plans? Although he's just a junior on Foundation, do not be careless and find a chance to kill him. Then we will take Xuanshui Gate away from Wantian sect, one step at a time. And dominate floating. Ever since I cultivated Foundation, I can choose to delay the daily disaster and let it accumulate. This sure makes things easier. But the power of the disaster after the accumulation must sure be bitterly good. System prompt. The daily disaster has been accumulated. Disaster points +0, power +2. Senior Sister Xiao, what are you doing? Vandalizing Xuanshui Gate on their lands. He Yu went to monitor Song Yuan. Fang Shouer went to gather information. Why should I be the one to stand guard at your door? So that's why she's not happy. But with Xiao Qingyu's temper, how could it be possible to let her go and ask around? So that's why she's not happy. But with Xiao Qingyu's temper, how could it be possible to let her go and ask around? Speak. Was it you? Junior Sister Fang's cultivation is still low. There will be an even more important task tonight which I will need to leave to Senior Sister. It's all my fault that I can't help because of my low cultivation. I can only run some errands. Ah, you're back. I did not mean that. I went to inquire Song Tianlin. The deceased this time was just an ordinary disciple, nothing suspicious. The identities of the previously deceased have also been organized. I have checked them one by one, but I can't see any pattern. However, it may be that Xuanshui Gate is deliberately concealing key information. They were all on Refinement OR Foundation phase. He said Senior Sister Xiao. I'm counting on you next. Lu Cheng, that bastard, saying he would give me an even more important task. All it turned out to be was guarding the morning hall. But that's fine, it shows his cowardice. Send me the candles extinguished and she was frightened. She shouted WHO as pretending to be a ghost. Don't think I'm an ordinary refinement cultivator. Noise was coming from a box and suddenly a hand emerged from the box and a zombie appeared. Wasn't this that corpse earlier? How is it pieced back together? And he started to attack her. And she used Jade's spirit shield. But it was cracked by the zombie. And she was blown away. Damn, this guy has the strength of Foundation at least. She shouted at him ugly thing. And she used her attack called Vade's spirit sword. With a disgusting face she shouted die you ugly thing. There was a huge explosion and she was blown away by the force of it. Suddenly our mean protagonist appeared and caught her like princess style. Her face was red from embarrassment. Lu said didn't I tell you to break the seal and call for help if you couldn't handle it? This thing's strength is barely on Foundation, I can handle it. With a powerful charge of energy he attacks the zombie and the zombie was smashed to death. Yu told with confidence in his eyes it is all done. And there were some more boxes of zombies. And a large group of zombies came from the wooden boxes. And they were shocked. She shouted all the corpses are gathering as one. And dark energy started to gather in a particular place. When they saw that they were both alert, and a large explosion happened there, Lu told it's more troublesome than I expected. She asked what is this? He answered this is a corpse puppet. The so-called corpse puppet is refined from corpses through special means. It usually is not as strong as when the corpses were alive, but such a large corpse puppet is definitely not something that someone on Refinement OR Foundation phase can resist. She asked you already knew, yet you still asked me to guard the morning hall. Lu told her don't worry, I will protect you. When I was in seclusion back at the sect, I happened to exchange celestial stones for the disaster refinement secret techniques and thus came to know of this. And there was a system notice board named Lu Cheng. Cultivation. Foundation second stage. Disaster points, 0. Celestial stones, 0. Physique. The body of Great Calamity. The Sutra of Death defying Great Calamity. Disaster refinement secret. Lu thought the corpse during the day had dried up meridians and a stagnant dantian. That's the trace left behind from the method of corpse refinement, recorded in the secret technique. This was something that even Yu, on the nascent soul phase could not see. I expected the broken corpse to be revived. Within the disaster refinement secret there are several secret techniques that can do so but only half of them can create a giant corpse puppet comparable to the golden core phase. As for which method was used, I will need to investigate more. And he started to release dark energy all around. Our main character was trying to slash it and suddenly a dark energy beam was targeted to her but our mean protagonist arrived at time and protected her. Lu said it's indeed the power of water. And the two hall leaders also arrived. She shouted senior brother Lu, are you alright? He asked what's going on. How could my dignified Zhan Shui Gate be invaded by such demons? He started to charge his attack. Lu shouted not good, quickly stop him, and the hall leader stops the old man's attack. Sect leader Lu, what do you mean by this? Why ask if you already know? This corpse puppet has golden core phase strength at most, why are you using nascent soul power? If that stroke fell, there wouldn't be any evidence left on the puppet, would there? I was worried about sect leader Lu's safety, so I didn't control my strength. You don't have to worry about me. I have my own way to deal with the corpse puppet. All Master He, trap this thing. He answered okay, and he started to charge towards the biggest zombie. The monster tried to stop him by attacking, but he dodged it and attacked the monster. The Hull leader started to use body trap spell, and our mean protagonist Ahmed his attack on the skull of the zombie. And he attacked with lightning speed. She used the disaster refinement secret reverse. Lu shouted refine. The dark started to refine. Will sect leader Lu be alright? What are you saying? That monster is equivalent to that of the golden core phase. Even with perfected Taoist He restraining its senior brother, Lu will definitely be alright. With a thunder strike, the monster was blown into pieces. Sect leader Lu is actually so powerful. Sect leader Lu, that was amazing. With such strength at such a young age, I was being too ignorant. Sect leader Song, don't be so short-sighted. Do you think I did this for your pointless compliments? I already know the refining method for the corpse puppet, and the reason for the sudden death of the disciples. Sect leader Lu, please clarify. He was quite active at the banquet earlier, even acting contrary to Song Yuan's intentions. If I'm not wrong, I think you should know the reason behind it. What does sect leader Lu mean by that? The so-called sudden death seems to be when cultivation has gone wrong, but that's not the case. Because in name, the practice of manipulating inborn vitality can also be a way of refining weapons by sacrificing living people. The special inborn vitality produced by this practice circulates along the meridians. It will change the body of the practitioner, absorbing blood and bones. The cultivator's blood and inborn vitality will stagnate in the dantian, forming a blood core as the puppet's heart. When the energy of the blood core reaches the limit, it will burst out from the acupoints, causing death. The blood core is essentially a weapon. As long as it is injected with inborn vitality and mana in advance, the corpse pieces can be aggregated into different ranks of corpse puppets at any time. And the ACT of shredding the corpses is to take out the core and cover up the real cause of death. And they were all shocked. He was thinking he's not a simple guy. He's only on foundation but is able to know all this. Lu told the reason why you care so much about this is because you were also practicing this, right? He asked with a trembling voice, how can this be? I wonder if you will be the next to die. Father, can I still be saved? My ability is too low, and failed to detect any abnormalities in advance. I had thought sect leader Song should have expected this. Sect leader Lu, what do you mean? How could a cultivator on nascent soul not be able to tell that this isn't something from your Zon Sui sect? Sect leader Lu has misunderstood. This technique was obtained in a random encounter by my son. Who then cultivated it in private with his fellow sect brothers. I never expected that he would chance upon the suspected inheritance of the Styx River sect. And they were both speechless. Since you allowed them to practice heretical arts, you shouldn't be surprised by this. No matter who's the cause of this matter, the one Who must be responsible for the death of many disciples. And be responsible for their own son's life. It must be you, sect leader Song. Sect leader Lu, I was the one Who brought the evil technique back. It has nothing to do with my father and Zon Sui Gate. I'm not afraid of dying, but if sect leader Lu has some way to save the disciples of Zon Shui Gate, I beg you to do so. He was kneeling before me and I was standing there without any emotion. What are you panicking about? If that's really the case, then your Zon Shui Gate is also a victim. A mere heretical practice. I can break it. It really is the method of refining corpse puppets. Lu Cheng, can you really cure Song Tianlin? Shall I ask our masters for help? No need. This is a good chance for me to establish my authority in this new position. I can't let Marong Kui cut me off. With disaster refinement secret technique, I already have a way to resolve the hidden dangers of the technique towards Song Tianlin. However, if the secret technique can be enhanced, things will be easier to deal with. Perfected Taoists of Zon Shui Gate, have you made your decision? Sect leader Lu, this matter is indeed due to my Zon Shui Gate's negligence and dereliction of duty. If sect leader Lu has a solution, just give the instructions. Lu said okay. Previously at Wantian sect, I came across an artifact called Daylight Water Mirror, which was gifted by your Zon Shui Gate. This artifact was infused with a rare water attribute treasure during the refining process. If matched with a technique of the same source, it can have a restraining effect. If your sect's treasury still has such an artifact, entrust it to me to refine the antidote. It is not a hard task to get rid of the hidden dangers of the evil arts. He said could it be this kid's after Zon Shui Gate's treasury? I would like to ask how sect leader Lu will identify such treasures. As long as I see it with my own eyes, I will know. Zon Shui Gate's elder Duping, he shouted, you sure have a big appetite. Sect leader, this cannot be allowed. Zon Shui Gate's elder Jin Lang, alas. But junior brother Hong and my disciples also died from the Ruo River Heart technique. How can we not help martial nephew Tianlin? Lu told the sect leader Song. He told father, "It's all my fault." He said, "Sect leader Lu, please come with me." System alert. Ancient magic item. Cloud vapor fragment detected. Consume disaster points. There are so many. What a pleasant surprise. Sect leader Lu, the alchemy room is ready. How confident are you? 100%. Sect leader Lu won't empty out our Zhan Shui Gate's treasury, right? Although martial nephew Song is the sect leader's son, and his potential is not bad, is he worthy for the sect to pay this much? Du Ping, what nonsense are you spouting? At present, all the disciples of the sect are in danger. If even the son of the sect leader cannot be saved, how will the other disciples view the sect? I know what I'm doing. I only need a few artifacts and the necessary herbs to refine the antidote. Just wait for the good news. In the Zhan Shui Gate, alchemy chamber. After absorbing all the cloud vapor fragments, the disaster points increased a lot, and the celestial stones also increased by 7. The disaster refinement secret technique is able to increase the effect of alchemy and body refinement. I wonder how effective it is. System prompt. Disaster refinement secret technique. Upgraded to novice, gaining experience in alchemy and weapon refining equivalent to that of a grandmaster. AN Alchemy Grandmaster. Unbelievable, I actually directly passed the entry stage and reached Grandmaster rank. Various alchemy methods appeared in my mind, as if I really was an alchemy grandmaster with 100 years of experience. This feeling of being on top of the world is wonderful. With this, the problem of the pill needed for Song Tianlin can be solved. The 100 OR so points weren't wasted. As for the rest, I'll raise my cultivation. To raise my cultivation to Foundation Stage 3, my disaster points aren't enough. It really runs out fast. The ancient magic items of Zhan Shui Gate have all been collected. DOI have to rely only on daily disasters from now on. I wonder what the punishment is. Super strong heavenly tribulation. Being obliterated on the spot. System alert, your daily disaster has been accumulated 3 times, with the maximum being 9. If you fail to complete your mission, you will receive punishment. The daily disaster is a double-edged sword after all. I can't accumulate it anymore. Tonight at the latest, I'll have to find a chance to survive a triple accumulated disaster. And I started to refine pills. QINGCUN grass, Millennium Wolf Spain, 9 flavored ruby sulfur, red pulp from the earth's core. These are the 4 main ingredients, with an additional 27 kinds of supplementary herbs to make the pill. According to what the disaster refinement secret technique says, it should be able to get rid of the drawbacks of that evil secret technique. Lu said go into the furnace. And they were both waiting for the Lu outside of the pill refinement hall. He shouted, Sect Leader Lu. Sect Leader Lu, have you finished with the refinement? Lu said, like I promised. This pill is called Kuwu pill. Although it isn't of a high grade, it targets the symptoms of that technique. WHO knows if it's real or poison. Do you think anyone can make pills? You probably think pills are made by grounding the ingredients and kneading into a ball. He shouted with anger. Enough. Find a disciple. WHO has practiced the technique to try the pill first. He told Tianlin, only you know WHO has practiced the technique, right? Hurry up and find someone to come over. But he said no. He said let me do it, Liner, you. This matter started because of me, and the trouble I brought to the sect. So let me test it. As expected of the sect leader's son, how responsible. Then you will be the first. When he tried to swallow the pill, his father was concerned for him. And he swallowed the pill. Suddenly his blood vessels came bulging and he was suffocating. He was screaming and his eyes were bloodshot red. I knew we shouldn't have trusted this kid. You knew what you were doing, huh? And his father was shouting his name. Hall Master He, what's going on? Song Tianlin's cultivation is disappearing fast, and his breathing is fading. Lu Cheng, I respect Wantian sect as the superior sect, and you as the disciple of immortal Linyang. He said, but this nothing. You must give me an explanation. Do you wish to fight? He tried to argue but Lu stopped him. I will give you an explanation, but you also need to give me one. You should know this technique seems to have a trace of the Styx River sect. Sect leader, since you value your son's life so much, why would you let him cultivate this unknown technique? Do you think it was my idea to have him practice this technique? This matter involves the mystery of my Zhan Shui Gate's inherited techniques. You should not pry into it. He said, I can tell you. Are you going to betray the secrets of the sect again? Liner and the younger disciples insisted on trying it out, wanting to perfect the sect's legacy. As the sect leader, I couldn't stop them. Just like how he took this unknown pill just now. Your son really would do anything for the sect. And Lu started to clap his hands. He said with anger, you. He shouted, Song Yuan, are you going to continue to be a coward? Sect leader, if we allow a junior on Foundation to mock us like this, and he started to charge his water attack. What's the point of us cultivating to nascent soul phase? And he has thrown the attack towards our main character. And there was a loud exposing. But the Hall leader protected Lu with a barrier. The inborn vitality of Zhang Shui is truly powerful and uncontrollable. Without I wouldn't be able to withstand the aftermath. However, Song Yuan alone could not break Yu's defenses. The others say they can't put up with me, but none of them have made a move. He shouted Jin Lang. Hong Ya, why aren't you helping me? But suddenly he heard his son calling him father. He was concerned for his son. Linner, are you all right? Father, I'm all right. Song Tianlin, how do you feel? Sect leader Lu's pill is really effective. The stagnant energy in my dantian really disappeared. He shouted, how is that possible? Nascent soul cultivators like us couldn't even catch a clue, but you just being on foundation phase were able to solve it. Lu answered the root cause was just a spirit rank technique, and the practitioners only on the refinement phase. If you want to resolve it, what you need is not some vigorous inborn vitality cultivation, but an inheritance that can prescribe the right medicine. The inborn vitality condensed from a nameless technique is like a poisonous snake lurking in the human body. And he took out a pill bottle from his pocket, and further told them, therefore, what I have refined is an intense pill that can burn its heart and blood veins. It is equivalent to igniting a fire in the dantian meridians. The pain will make people faint, and inborn vitality will also be reduced. But after the hidden danger is removed, rest is all that's needed to recover. Sect leader Song, this is the explanation you wanted. Thank you. Sect leader Lu, please forgive my recklessness before. Our two sects are bound together, so you needn't be like that. Now that the alchemy formula has been proven to be effective, please call the other disciples who have cultivated this practice to get the cure. I'll go summon them now. With a happy face she said, I knew senior brother Lu was the best. Lu was thinking to himself. That's how it's done. No, I'm afraid it's far from the end. An hour later in the meeting hall he shouted, Sect leader Lu, I can't find any of the 100 ORs, so disciples that practice the nameless technique with me, can it be that coincidental? Or did they catch wind of something and went into hiding? First the corpses were destroyed, and then the collective disappearance. How could it have been done in such a timely manner if no one had tipped them off? Things are heading in the least preferred direction. Wantian sect, Zhang Shui Gate, Styx River sect. This whole matter screams of trouble. In the past few days, I have used Yu's protection to investigate the truth while putting up a strong front, yet I have only gotten this far. Lu told him, I'm going into seclusion again. Hall Master don't let anyone bother me. He answered, understood. This place is more than 3 miles away from Zhang Shui Gate, so it shouldn't be discovered. I don't know if I will be able to escape unscathed from the triple accumulated daily disaster this time. He pointed the sword towards the sky and thunder struck him. He looked at the sky and said, it not good. System alert. Summoning triple accumulated daily disaster. And another thunderstrike tracks him. Suddenly his sword broke into pieces and he was shocked. He used the Sutra of Death defying Great Calamity. And a large thunderbolt struck him again. His clothes were burned and he survived. System notification. You have passed the daily disaster, accumulation of 3, and you have obtained +15 disaster points. A lower spirit rank sword was directly destroyed. That was a close call. The power of the accumulated daily tribulation is actually so strong. If I hadn't happened to use the cloud water fragments to increase my cultivation base. In the future, unless absolutely necessary, I mustn't let the daily disaster accumulate too much. Although this place is far from Zhang Shui Gate, the disturbance was a little too loud. I should just be careful and not dawdle too long here. Sometime later he was meditating on a stone. I didn't expect it to be morning already. My injuries have finally recovered. And he checked his status window. The triple accumulated daily disaster, plus the disaster points obtained by absorbing the cloud vapor fragments, brings me one step away from the 3rd stage of foundation. It's pretty much saving me a year of hard work. For now, I'm barely keeping up with the increase in power of the daily disaster. The first part of matters have been resolved smoothly thanks to the disaster refinement secret technique. But now it seems that things are not as simple as they seem. Speaking of which, Zhang Shui Gate is a dignified sect of immortality cultivation after all. The death of a few low-level disciples isn't a big deal. Even if Styx River sect's involved, it would not be up to me, a sect leader on the foundation phase, to come forward. I originally thought it was because Yuan Zhonghai didn't trust my ability that he asked you to escort me here as a test. But I still have a vague feeling that something's not right. If this matter is just some accident, the implications are a little too many now. If it really is the doing of Styx River sect, it seems a little too small in scale for them. Corpse puppet, a flawed technique, and a traitor. It's strange. No matter how you think about it, I have a bad feeling. I should quickly solve the troubles of Zhang Shui Gate as soon as possible, so I can go back and improve my strength with a peace of mind. Suddenly he noticed a figure running through the woods. Who is it? Traveling at such a low altitude in this deserted place. Suspicious and wearing a mask, could he be a member of the Styx River sect? He's only on Foundation Stage 1, I should follow him. The strange man came to a door and the door opened and he hurriedly entered. Hiding in such a remote place. Just who is he? He used disaster refinement secret technique and broke the door. The strange men were talking to each other. Senior brother, this time was due to our negligence. I didn't expect that the corpse puppet with the strength of the 5th stage of Foundation would be dealt with so easily by that kid. It doesn't matter, it was originally a test product. Just having the cultivation without the agility makes it inferior to a demonic beast. What about the other disciples that have cultivated blood sacrifice technique? Don't worry, senior brother. After Lu Cheng made the antidote, I saw that the situation was not good, and immediately lured them all out of the sect and put under my control. Lu was thinking blood sacrifice. Is it that heretical technique? So those missing disciples are in their hands. Do they plan to continue making corpse puppets? Oh, was the antidote really refined by that kid? He said yes, this was personally told to me by those two. They were present at the time and were quite surprised. Lu thought those two. He told this technique took a lot of effort by our superior to create, yet it was destroyed easily by a cultivator on the Foundation phase. But it doesn't matter. Originally, that technique was to divert attention and make them mistakenly think that the whole thing was orchestrated by Styx River sect. He answered, now we just wait for our partners to create an opportunity to lure you away. Then we will take action and pretend to be the Styx River sect. And he said to get rid of our ultimate target, Lu Cheng. Lu was thinking the ultimate target. Me. To hell with what they're up to. This is an opportune moment as it's just the two of them here. I can't wait any longer. I should take the advantage. And he attacked toward them and we were both alert. And an attack hits one of them. He was blown away by the strike. Lu said I'll eliminate one first.